Music.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. Spring will be here soon, so if buying a new home is on your to-do list, right now is the time to call Quicken Loans. Learn about which mortgage options make sense for you and get a jump on your competition. With our exclusive Rate Shield approval, the low rate you lock today is protected for up to 90 days while you shop for your new home. With a Rate Shield approval, if rates go up, your low rate stays locked. But if rates go down, you get that new, even lower rate. Either way, you win. Talk to us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com to take advantage. Here's another great reason to
savory flavors are what you want. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Double meat basement, average 6-inch sub.
I'm little teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
You're not alone.
Ain't no stop for me. Chateau Timberlake, as long as I can see. Gallo or Muscatel, either one would be just swell. I didn't come here to fight. Hey, just as long as that ain't what. Red, red wine. Red, red wine. Red, red wine.
Hello. Welcome to the Red Wine. Lou said 10 seconds, and I thought she was going to say now. So, hello. Welcome to the Red Wine. It's a wonderful day after St. Patrick's Day that nobody got to celebrate other than in their own home. I may cough occasionally because I'm sure I have coronavirus. I had a fever and my throat was sore, and now I'm starting to cough. So if I die on air, I want you guys all to know you're not in my will. So there you go. Tonight we have on Dawn and Auntie Vodka, and it's going to be a very fun show. So Dawn.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight?
And I'm doing fine. You're doing the Joey thing?
Good.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? So I have to
And
tell
Auntie
you,
Vodka.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to have her say hi.
Hello, new friends. How are you?
Okay. All right. Back to Dawn.
I was going to say, I'm drinking vodka. Hello, Auntie.
Oh.
I love it.
Oh.
I am also drinking vodka. Cheers.
I would expect nothing less. Cheers.
Well, I'm drinking wine.
I know.
So,
I really
yeah.
need to keep a little more red wine on hand for when I'm on the show. I don't drink it a whole lot, but I should certainly be celebrating each occasion. So I'm sorry I'm lacking in that area.
It's pretty sad because there's a whole bottle here and it may be gone by the end of it because I think it's helping my throat. So
It's
we'll
medicine.
just see what happens.
Look,
Yes,
if
I
you
know.
open a bottle, you finish the bottle. That's the rule. I don't know who these weirdos are. Oh, I need the thing with the thing. I got to put it in the cork so I can save the bottle. Just drink it.
Yeah, sadly, I probably could. Have you guys ever seen, there's a skit, it's like Women Out of Canada, and it's just an all-women cast, and there's a very funny one about a lady is selling a cork for wine, and the other lady that's like, she just can't comprehend why anybody would buy that because you drink the wine all at once. So it made
There's
no sense.
only 3 glasses in a bottle. Like, it's not, you probably don't have a problem just because you finish a bottle. I mean, If it's a double bottle, I mean, it takes a little more effort, but you can take one for the team. You can do it.
Okay, so tonight, you guys, I don't know if you all have been keeping up. I know you have, because most of you listen to G2, and he's the more informative host. But supposedly saying China flu is racist, and I have had a fit with this because we say Middle Eastern, with MERS, and we say German measles, so Spanish flu. So
Zika virus.
What is your Ebola. What is your take on that, Dawn?
I just think it's one of those things that, we have so few worries in the world that it's a nice luxury that we can worry about that. And, everything's racist and that sort of thing. I actually think it's informative. I think, going forward, it's, for the most part, it's going to help us, just kind of categorize it. And I think it's like a slang too. It's not necessarily, I never think it's racist. I don't think it promotes racism. I don't think referring to an area in China makes people eat Chinese food less. I eat Chinese food Friday night. I am not suffering for it. I think it's like a shorthand. And I don't think it's any more racist than, the other areas and other regions of the world that we've referred to for any other disease. It's a shorthand.
Right. What do you think, Auntie Vodka?
I think some people are getting a little antsy that they're losing their grip on that whole bridle that they can yank and be like, that's racist. They know they're losing their ability to jerk us around with that. And we're all like, no, it's not racist. And so now they're like, you put American cheese on your sandwich and that's racist. Okay, well, you can take my cheese when you pry it out of my cold, dead hands. Same with my egg rolls, same with my sushi, same with my pad thai.
It's just such a ridiculous thing. I saw a Chinese White House reporter. She brought up the Wu flu, which nobody actually stated who said it. And when the reporters bring it up, Trump was like, where'd you hear that? Who said it? Well, I don't know. So nobody said it. It's such bullshit. So I don't know. Do you guys think, I would never call it Wu flu because my daughter's Chinese. Maybe I'm a little more sensitive to things like that, but to call it Wuhan flu, well, that's what it is.
It's a virus. There's nothing racist about it. It's the whole thing is bananas and a smokescreen to make susceptible people go bananas.
Well, I think too, it's, even though I would say that this is a big worry, we actually do have a collective worry here in the United States now with this, but otherwise it's just an indicator that we don't have bigger problems, that we can get right down to the nitty gritty of what we're calling it. I think the bigger problem here is maybe we try to solve it. Like maybe we try to figure it out and not worry about, unless someone's using it as a slang at someone or trying to insult someone directly, and you can prove that that's what they're trying to do. I think like I said, I think it's just a shorthand to refer to it. And I'm sorry, Jody, I think you need to unfollow me on Twitter. I don't know if you've noticed my username lately.
I have not noticed.
Did you see what I did?
Lately.
I used the no, because then you'll unfollow me. No, I took the joke, the Tu Wong Fu with love, or thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. So I played off of
that. Yeah.
That's really funny. I've taught
my daughter her whole life that crap like that is not racism. Now, if somebody gives her a side eye and says that they can't sit by her in school because of the coronavirus, that's racism. Like, I explained to her, and we have these conversations all the time, and she's the most, she just rolls her eyes when people say things like, you're supposed to be offended by that. She's like, whatever. And I will have you know, I never knew these things before growing up as a white girl. In their little cliques, because she's with her little clique of little Chinese girls. There's a lot of reverse racism going on too, because a lot of them are not adopted kiddos. They are in, that's just how they're growing up. So everybody needs education on how to speak and how to talk to everybody. That's just an ongoing thing we all as human beings need.
Yes,
So
I agree. Unless you're actually using it as an insult, I think
yes,
we can let a little bit of this roll off our backs. It's the comic relief, it's the defense mechanism. It's just trying to cope, like using that name or using the shorthand. Like it's just we're all doing our best. And I don't know anybody in my life that is trying to use it in a derogatory way. And if they were, I would have a problem with it, and I would say something.
Oh, same. Yeah, same. I think there's only been one time.
This is so foreign to me. I cannot even imagine conflating the emergence of a problematic virus with people of Chinese maybe I'm really naive.
It's dumb.
I don't get it. I've lived in 100 different places with a bunch of different people, and I would never make that. I would never be like, oh, I better be afraid of Chinese people now.
German
the two
measles.
things are
Do you
not.
ever think?
They're not. There's no equivocation between them, and the fact that we have to even bring this up and discuss it just is reinforcement for me that there are crazy people out there who will turn everything they can into racism. And if someone I knew was like, well, we better not hang out with our Chinese friends anymore, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to need to, whatever the real life equivalent of unfriending you is, I'm going to have to go ahead and do that because that's bananas.
Yes.
And
it is. It is. That's all bananas. So speaking of that, I want to talk about ageism. So now we have an entire media that's ignoring. Yeah, the ageism. Yeah, because I'm at that age.
I hate that.
And I actually, my husband, I worry about my husband because he's in that, because of his dementia, that means that he is more susceptible to the virus. So I'm a little more touchy about it, a little more worried. But what I find fascinating is the press. They're really concentrating on Trump saying Chinese flu more than they're concentrating on what the hell is going on with all these millennials and 20-somethings still going partying at the bars, still going on spring break, still booking flights because everything's cheap now to fly all over. It's crazy. So we have a clip actually of Vanessa Hudgens. I don't know if we're ready to run that or not, but I don't know if you guys heard this yet, but this is insane. She's bummed that Coachella has been postponed.
Coachella sounds like lady parts as described as a wallet. I'm just going to say that. You guys weren't expecting that one, were you? Come on, y'all. Let's go do some Corona shots with chloroquine. It'll be awesome.
Sam earlier was discussing vagina, so I guess that's our equivalent. I don't know. Do we have that? Lou?
My Coachella feels a little funny. I'm not going to lie.
It does. Well, people do call it a coochie sometimes, so that
True.
I think that I can see it. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we have that or not.
Bags, and I'm sure you ladies do too. So you
just
meld the two.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if we have it or not, but when we have it, Sam will play it. But we have that, and then we have an interview at spring break in Florida of 20-somethings. I'm sorry. Pardon?
I heard a voice.
I do. I know. I don't know what I heard. Dawn, you live in spring break world. What are your opinions on this?
I'm avoiding spring break world as I do most years. Let me tell you that much.
Did you board your windows up like the hurricane was coming?
Okay, so luckily I am just far enough away from the madness. I'm far enough off the coast. I'm not, not totally near. It's a crazy time of year anyway. I mean, we have the snowbirds, we have spring training normally, and then it's like the crux of the universe, for when the spring breakers come too. So it's already mayhem and madness and, that sort of thing. So we're kind of used to having people descend upon us for sure. And there's always a little bit of a risk. And, I always think about what diseases people are bringing from other places. But yeah, it's a little interesting to think about, the across state line travel and really like these kids. it's one thing if they're going to like Padre or someplace like that, but this is like one of the retirement capitals of the United States, and we have a very susceptible population. Like I said, the snowbirds are already here, and they've been here for a while, and they're just kind of they're
At
at
least they're
risk,
not
and to
snow
have all the kids come
bats.
down. No, I know. I mean, I think we probably have a few this year.
Don't you
So,
guys
yeah,
have castle laws there? Like, can you have a shotgun? Because just the sound is enough to probably keep those throwing up losers off your patio.
No. Yeah, no, there's all kinds of, we have carry laws. We have, we're good. We're good. Stand your ground and all that.
Well,
No doubt.
so
DeSantis. Yeah, go ahead. I did look that up too, if you have questions.
Okay,
It was
go
as
ahead.
of,
Go ahead. Tell everybody what happened.
Yeah, so like as of Tuesday evening, the bars were closing down, and I think it looks like it was anything that was like more than 50% revenue from liquor sales. So like even restaurants that do mostly alcohol and like maybe some appetizers or whatever were being shut down. So like we were talking before the show started, like to your point, Jody, then it's just like pushing them out to the hotels and out on the beach where they're not supposed to be drinking, but they are. And it's not like they're not congregating, and keeping it to groups of 10, like I'm just imagining the clusters of 10, but you think that's all they're doing out there?
It only takes
I was thinking
one
about,
night.
I know, I was thinking about going out tomorrow morning, like in the morning before they're awake and stumbling out of wherever they fell asleep for the night. But if I do, I'll report back.
Have one of those lady tool belts with a can of Lysol in each side. You can be like, if
That
any
works.
of them come near you.
I'm going to put, and like police tape around my area. Like I've got some fake police tape from Halloween.
I'll do it. I will Lysol you.
You guys, funny story on the Lysol. So I'm friends with somebody that used to be a cop on Twitter, and she was in DMs saying that the prostitutes now are spraying themselves all over in Lysol.
Oh, that'll fix it.
Imagine
that'll fix
that
it.
Bouquet
Yeah,
so with
now,
Hooker Coachella and Lysol clean sheet scent. I am so excited.
Maybe that's a new protection.
Oh dear Lord.
I bet that leaves quite a residue and aftertaste.
Yummy.
Yes. Can we do it? Can we run the clip? We're going to run the clip.
Vanessa hug and kiss?
Yes.
Yeah, till July sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. But like, it's a virus. I get it. Like, I respect it. But at the same time, like, even if everybody gets it, like, yeah, people are gonna die. It's just terrible, but like, inevitable? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now.
What the hell? I've like never ever taken a biology class. I don't even know what virology is, you guys. Like,
we're all gonna die anyway.
Right? I know.
Well, it's inevitable because they're old.
Anyway,
so
whatever. That was
it's
AOC.
ageism.
Admit it. That wasn't Vanessa hug and kiss. That was actually AOC.
I'm just so shocked. I am shocked though that didn't get like major play on the news tonight all over.
It's
flipping
painfully stupid, and that might have been why, because we can only take so much. We're all dealing with a lot with, in terms of idiocy that is being shunted towards us. And oh my God, that was terrible. Just
Greg
terrible.
Gutfeld said, okay, I'm going to give her, like, just throw her a bone. She's basically, she's really dumb. She doesn't understand.
Oops.
So, but then again, okay, so now we have, Lou, do we have the spring break clip of the people in Florida, the 20-something college students? Yes.
If I get Corona, I get Corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying. You know, we've been waiting for Miami spring break for a while. About 2 months we've had this trip planned. 2-3 months. So we're just out here having a good time. Whatever happens, happens.
Like, it's really messing up with my spring break. What is there to do here other than go to the bars or the beach, and they're closing all of it? It's really messing up. I think they're blowing it way out of proportion. I think it's doing way too much.
Doing us bad. We need a refund. This virus ain't that serious. It's serious. It's more serious things out there like hunger and poverty, and we need to address that.
Yeah, I mean, we planned this a long time ago, and it was kind of up in the air if we still go, but like we're here. I just turned 21 this year, so I'm here to party, so it's kind of disappointing, but we're just making the most of it. We met these other people in our little Airbnb spot, so we're just hanging out with them and trying to get drunk before everything closes.
I mean, it sucks, but we're going to make the best of it. We're enjoying ourselves. It sucks, and I'm from New Orleans, so this really sucks. However, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We having day parties all day. It's my birthday, St. Patrick's Day. Turn up.
We're just trying to roll with we're just living for the moment. We're just going to do what happens when it happens. When stuff closes, we're going to do it when it closes. But besides that, we're just trying to have the best trip we can.
You guys, consequences are like a tool of the patriarchy. Okay.
Fod. They've been planning this for like 2 months. Do you know how long they've been looking forward to this? And it would be the worst thing in the world if they had to cancel something that they've been looking forward to for 2 months.
Dahara, I'm fainting on my fainting couch, clutching my pearls. 2 months is like 14 years at that age. You guys know this. Oh my God.
Well, what's funny?
I'm from Louisiana.
Have you guys seen the meme?
And I came to Power Drink because I haven't been able to drink enough in Louisiana, where I came from. Okay. Well, you're doing something wrong if that's the story.
Did you guys see the meme where it says, you know, your grandparents were asked to go fight in World War II. All we're asking you to do is sit on your ass on your sofa.
Right?
I think you can handle it.
I think you should be able to do that.
But like, I don't want to. Okay. I'm like, that's where my generation, now is our time to not shine. We honestly, self-isolation, that's me on any day ending in the word day. I'm like, I don't have to do anything different. I'm side-eyeing the toilet paper case a little because I order it by the case. And I'm like, I hope we don't run out. But other than that, I'm not really doing anything different.
Well,
these kids.
like my daughter, for instance, she wanted to go out. She's a teenager. She wanted to go out. And I said, no, you know, you can have one friend over. And I know the friend's family, they're self-isolating. So at least we're all kind of together. Now that I'm sitting here coughing, they're probably going to hate me.
Be like, it's dry. I got allergies.
Did you do full disclosure with her family?
I've been staying away in the house. I Lysoled everything up. But yeah, I said, maybe you guys should go play at her house.
Hey, I got an idea. You kids want to go outside? Here's a rake. Go rake the yard. How's that sound?
Yeah. They have a trampoline. They can go hang out at that. It's hard when you're a teenager. Entertaining teenagers is difficult.
Trampoline? Good for you.
You
know?
But
I didn't think we were allowed to have those anymore. Do you have lawn darts too?
Oh my gosh, I used to have the original ones, you know, the jarts.
Jarts.
When I was little.
We should bring those back. What's the worst that can happen? Put the virus on the tip? I mean.
So you guys had a really interesting, Auntie Vodka brought up how 9 months from now, you know, we're going to have these babies possibly. So when we come back from the break, we're going to go over the names for what these eventual, instead of Mellenials, what they will be called. So we'll be right back.
All right. Oh, I can't believe those clips of those young people. We just had to have the talk with our kids.
Musketeer.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
We are back, and okay, we're back.
And our BAC is elevated, fam.
we had way too much fun while we were waiting to come back. So, what do we call these babies in the future when they are all born? And I do think Tina had a really great point. She said, I don't know why people keep saying there's going to be babies. We're stuck in a house with your spouse for 2 weeks. There's going to be divorces.
That's what I was
Listen, the
thinking
kids
too.
have to nap sometime, all right? And then, you get to it. Somewhere like the linen closet or the garage. I mean, I'm just hypothetically. It's not like I've ever done that, but whatever.
So, Dawn, what do you have for a name for the future?
I did not come. You know what I was thinking she meant when we were talking about it pre-show was like we were going to name the babies.
Oh,
the
like
individual
Coro.
babies.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, like
these are my twin girls, Cora and Rona.
Yes.
Virus.
Actually, I also I would love to see a baby girl named Pandora. It's like unleashing
Pandemic.
hell. Yes.
I know. Oh,
This is my other
quinine.
sister, chlamydia.
We'll do the medications too. We can
Right.
do what worked.
Yes. So I'm just here to listen to y'all's funny ones. Go ahead.
Okay, so go ahead, Auntie Vodka. You wrote them down, I think.
So, you know how the I don't know, Zillennials, whatever the hell we're calling them, with their okay boomer, which is just ridiculous. It's like most of us aren't even boomers. Look up what a boomer is. Anyway, you think they're saying okay boomer now? Wait till boomer 2.0 happens. I don't know, December, January of this year and next, whatevs. So probably going to be a baby boom, right? And they're going to hate them even more. So some possible ideas: children of the corona, quarantinis. My favorite is Corona Patch Kids. We've got the chest tube babies. And then there's the while the kids were napping and daddy was working from home group. There's some possibilities. I think there's room for improvement, but it's what I came up off the top of my head.
I had said instead of generation Gen X, I had said Gen Z, but everybody was making fun of me that wasn't.
Dude, Gen V.
Yeah. Virus.
That's it.
The
you
virus.
Just got it. We will be calling them Gen V. Absolutely. You are brilliant. I love it. I wish
That's another name we could for a baby girl. Virus.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh,
I know. Instead of
no.
Violet, Virus Grace.
That is very sweet. Viralia. Cora. We named her after that virus because we were stuck in the house for 3 weeks with no toilet paper.
Yeah.
And we had to shower every 5 minutes. So you know how that goes.
So my cousin works globally, and this is killing the whole China thing because she works for a makeup. She's a CEO for a makeup company. Oh,
crap.
And it's big, you know, all makeup is made in China. So
Testing
she sent me a text today.
Off the table now.
Yeah. So she sent me a text and asked, do you think that's a bad connotation now? Like people are going to be upset if we continue to get, you know, we work with China. Like, should we move things? They're having like an industry meeting. I said, of course you should move things, but you should have moved things a long time ago because it's slave labor. Like, what the hell?
Why is this the thing that makes you want to move?
I know.
You should tell her, like, you know what? Keep it on the DL, and then in a couple of months, don't make it like we ran out of China finally because, well, you know, viruses and crap. Be like, we're coming to America. Be like, we're so patriotic. We brought our manufacturing back to America because we love it.
Well, it'll
just
probably
don't say
go to
anything
Mexico.
About China. Just be like, we're coming. I mean, Mexico's sort of like, you know, America's base, you know, the lower floor, the basement apartment, right? We'll just call it that. But you don't have to mention China. Be like, we're patriotic. We're coming back to America. America.
I don't think Mexico's going to work with us, though. They're ready to close the border.
Oh, I hope they
I think they did close it.
They don't want us coming over there.
Pay for the wall. You didn't believe me.
Well, I think it's great they closed the border. I think it's awesome.
Is this whole thing just a plan?
Is
this whole thing just a scheme?
It does make you wonder if this whole thing.
Is it just a scheme to get Mexico to pay for the wall?
You're going to be the wall one way or another, Mexico.
Because, you know, China keeps telling everybody that we are the one where the virus originated, that our military brought it over there. Like, I don't know why they think that, but anyway, so.
You know what the best irony here is? When it all washes out, China, where Sun Tzu, Chinese, right? Like came from China. That guy that wrote the whole Art of War thing. The irony is going to be some dude from America used the Art of War and trumped China. Psych.
Oh.
Huh?
You know, yeah, hey, that is actually, that's actually something.
It's going to be.
I think that
it's
should
going
be a
to
headline.
be awesome. It's going to be tremendous.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Dawn, did you read about the bill that just passed in the Senate?
I briefly read about the bill that just passed in the Senate when I got home while I was trying to eat dinner before I got ready for the show. So
Did they finally exonerate Ted Cruz as the Zodiac killer, or is that still on the
I think
table?
that's still in committee. No, that's
right,
still in committee.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I listened to Marco Rubio talking about it, but it doesn't sound like they did the $1,000 per person. So
No, I
that's
think
a major
that is-
disappointment.
But I think
That's the
they're
next
going
bill.
to.
There's a third one that's
right.
on
They
the
separated
table.
it.
Yeah.
That's, you know.
Yes. So this bill right here does paid leave. So I have a question for everybody. I haven't seen the bill. If anybody in chat knows, or if Lou knows, is there an end date on that? Because I could just see them not putting an end date on that paid leave, or on sick leave.
So really?
And
I thought it was 12 weeks.
Is it the medical leave?
Total of 12 weeks paid leave. 12 weeks paid leave to many of those who have children whose schools have closed. Workers would get about 67% of their normal salary for that. And 2 weeks paid sick leave for workers who are in quarantine or helping a family member who has been infected by the virus or schools have closed. I'm trying to read quickly.
Yeah. And
it does look like there are some limits. It does look like there's some limits.
Okay.
You guys, this is just Trump going for those Bernie voters. He's like, oh, you're going to offer free stuff? Watch me get ahead of your game.
Well, this is why
I
don't. Did you guys see what Rand Paul tweeted last night? He was pissed because the money they wanted to hand out, he wanted to make sure that if something was going out there, you had to have a social security number.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that got that didn't get added. So I don't know.
They never take his ideas. Poor Rand.
Seriously.
And I'm sorry.
And that's a no-brainer. Like, that's a no-brainer. Oh, I have to have a social. So it's racist probably if you don't have a social security number, right?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's racist.
Oh, all right. Well, that explains why he voted against it, and that actually makes sense.
Yeah. So Rand Paul was completely against just throwing money at the problem, and I agree. But I also, Marco Rubio had a really good statement. He said, the problem is that, we're just going to fall apart. We're going to have a 20% unemployment rate, is what he is saying, or what they're all saying to justify this. And we have to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't know. I just think it's going to be more like 9/11 instead of 2008. What do you think, Don?
Well, yeah,
I think we're on much
this
more
is one of those
stable
situations
footing than we were in 2008. And 2001 was pretty much as close to Black Swan as you can get.
Yeah. What do you think, Don?
Well, I think the only thing I like about this, and I kind of agree, like the government throwing money at the problem is my last resort. But at least in this case, they are trying to directly help individuals and families instead of, bailing out banks, bailing out, big giant industry and that sort of thing.
Right.
But
and it's temporary.
And if it's temporary, but I also am very skeptical that anything the federal government adds is ever temporary. I feel like there's definitely, that danger that they're going to find a way to make it permanent, but I will give them the benefit of the doubt, which I don't often do with the federal government, because it is a time of crisis. And, I would rather it be much more localized and a little bit more in the local control, but, it's one of those times where in a time of crisis, people are going to be willing to give up control and freedom for that safety and security.
Scary.
And
this is why these things happen.
I don't like it. It's creep. It's mission creep,
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, on the bright side, maybe we can send less money to foreign countries. Maybe we could just keep some of that home, take care of our own, which would be fabulous.
Well, that's another thing I would love to see them do is just save me some money. Don't take my money and then give it back to me and give it to other people. Like, just let me keep it. Like, let's remove some regulation, remove some layers of taxation. Let's remove some of those things and just let me have it in the first place.
Let's stop shoveling it on other countries too.
Absolutely.
I mean, can anyone else take care of themselves for a change? World War II was like 70 something years ago. Maybe y'all can clean up your own houses. I don't know. I don't know why we have to support everybody else.
Rand Paul had wanted the April 15th date to be pushed back to July 15th or maybe even August 15th. I think that would have really helped too, especially businesses.
Wait, I think didn't they do that?
I think there is.
I read something today where they officially announced that they moved, the due date for taxes and whatnot. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn I saw that.
Oh, I did
thought
see.
so
Let's
too.
ask in chat. Let's ask in chat. I know that Rand Paul was asking for it, and Trump wanted all the payroll taxes. But of course, I think Nancy Pelosi was like, if we take those off, it's going to be harder in hell to ever put them back on. So
she's terrible.
She is terrible. She's terrible.
That we could do an entire show just on her.
So they said a 90-day pushback with no penalties. Thank you, Jeff.
Right.
So I am glad that happened.
And I think I saw Carol Roth. I think I saw Carol Roth tweeting about that too, and she actually said that did include or she was hoping it would include small business because a lot of them do estimated tax and pay quarterly.
Yes,
so that she was hoping that would also apply to like business entities, which would be wonderful.
Yes, very much so. And so hopefully, I hope that. Yeah, I'm glad because that will make a big difference if you don't have to, and for instance, my boys, they filed the second they got their W-2s in the mail, they're like, they got their money back. They're happy. But for other people you're going to have to pay in, that's a lovely reprieve.
Yeah.
Well, those are the people that wait. Those are the people that wait toward April 15th if they have to pay. They're the ones waiting till the last minute. So they're the ones that probably needed the relief most of all.
Allegedly, there's a third stimulus package in the works, and from what I read today, it is specifically directed at mitigating the damage to small business and stuff. So
I think
that's actually going to be between sending out some checks. Remember the Bush tax cuts where everybody got $600? Everybody was like, woo! Nobody was like, oh, I'm going to put it in the bank and whatever. Everybody's like, woo, Xbox, TV. And so we'll all get our checks and whatever in a couple of weeks. And then they'll also take care of small. And that's really, taking care of Americans who have lost jobs, lost wages, and taking care of businesses that have been affected by this. And not like Amazon and Exxon and Microsoft, but like actual small businesses. We might be all right. I don't know. Maybe that's the vodka talking, but I think we're going to be all right.
My son's girlfriend is she while she's going to school, she waitresses and bartends, and she's completely out of any income now. So, that definitely will help her.
Absolutely. And those are the people who should be helped. You know what I mean?
Yes, because they're going to get their jobs right back because restaurants are going to open again. I mean, if everything goes back to normal in June, July, well, they'll make money again,
It better be a lot sooner than that because
I think it will.
Hopped up on hopium where in 2 weeks the landscape is going to be significantly different and stuff's going to slowly start coming back because if they cancel school for the rest of the year and this crap goes on for a couple of months, I don't even know, fam. I don't even know.
I was saying that today. I'm already starting to worry about some people's mental states with just being, people that are not used to working from home and certainly not used to homeschooling their kids. And
God help them if they close the liquor stores. We're going to
we have starting next week in the state of Colorado, we have online school. Right now, the governor just came out tonight we are going to not have school in a brick and mortar building until April 21st.
Ours was April 15th, same deal.
Yeah. So
I'm like, both of you are gonna start going to Lambda school and learn to code, because that's really your only option for the rest of your life at this point. Seriously, if this goes on much longer, that's it. I'm gonna be like, listen, the whole world is a hot mess. You're gonna learn to code,
well,
and I won't get banned
for
saying that in my house.
Well, I could go back to the hospital. I could go back to being a nurse, but I let my license lapse because I was retired because I take care of Mike. And but if I needed to go back, they did pass a law that said licenses would pass states. So there's different people that could actually go back to work then because they kept their license up in another state. So if they said you didn't have to go back to school for 6 months seriously, they're making retired nurses that have kept their license up. They're just having them do cheek swabs and sending it off. I'm pretty sure my RN degree, I'm pretty sure I could handle that.
Yeah, you're like, I haven't forgotten how to do it. In X number. We learned it in school. I got it.
Well, I think you could do it. Anybody could do it. It's a cheek swab, So, and some of them are nasal swabs. So I could.
I was just gonna say, I'd be like, oh, sorry, I that's your nose, isn't it?
Sorry. So anyway, if they did that and said, obviously I'm not going to go back and work in the hospital, because I even admit I wouldn't know how any machinery works because I haven't been in a hospital since 2000. But I could definitely help with the drive-through swab line.
Yes.
So it's crazy.
You can wield a giant Q-tip.
You just stick your hand out the window. You're like, swab. Thank you. Come again.
I know. Flash forward. Jody, you just did that wrong again. You do it like this. So I don't know. That's just craziness. So I don't know. What do you guys think? How long do you think things will be shut down?
How long do I think things should be shut down, or how long do I think they're going to be shut down? I don't know.
I give us 2 weeks before we start completely Lord of the Flies losing it. Like rooftop Koreans and Wolverines and headbands and maybe leg warmers and ripped sweatshirts. And seriously, 2 weeks until people just lose it.
Yeah, especially since they just keep layering more, it's just one punch after another.
The only place that'll still be closed will be New York City because, well, that guy is their mayor. So, yeah.
Was it Pennsylvania I saw that was going to stop liquor stores from even?
Yes.
Okay. So that's, I actually said, that's what I said. Do you want a riot? Because that's how you get a riot.
It's you're daring them to just lose it on you. Crazy.
Well, hopefully they all vote red and they get rid of that ridiculous law that the state can run the liquor stores. It's the dumbest
That's part of the problem, right?
Yeah, my state does a real good job with liquor stores. Nobody's talking about closing down liquor stores. I don't know what Pennsylvania's thinking.
Oh, holy shit. I bet Texas, you can probably drive through.
You have to drive through now. You get your 72-ounce big gulp with the paper straw. You just have to deal with that, whatever. But yeah,
no, for
now
alcohol.
It's all drive-through.
It used to be in Texas.
Weird. Yeah, it seems weird if you don't want to have people drunk driving, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's just the dumbest thing ever. So I do not understand that law, but I'm hoping it wakes everybody up to vote red in Pennsylvania.
Tell you what, I'm moving to Texas when I get sick of not living in Texas. That's where I'm going. Woohoo!
Don't they already have drive-through liquor stores in Texas?
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'd like a rack of ribs and a bottle of bourbon.
They're ahead of the curve. Even ahead of the coronavirus curve.
Absolutely.
The one that I went to, it was great because, well, like even right now when I don't feel well, I could just drive through and get my bottle of red wine, just pay them. I don't have to get out of my pajamas. I could just, I think it's brilliant. It's kind of like Amazon delivering the liquor.
A little bit better though after you do that, because hearing you say that makes me be like, I feel like I'd feel a little bit better if I didn't have to get out of the car.
Oh God,
I'd just be like, give me some vodka, whatever. I'd be like, yeah, I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome concept. So I don't know. So I agree with you guys. I don't think we can handle too much more time. I just think that we also have to keep in perspective. There are 90 people that die in the United States daily. I just saw the statistic today of car accidents. There are 90 people a day. So far, we've only had 105 people die from this virus. So not saying that's not going to go up. I'm just simply saying I suspect we're not going to see that curve of hospitalizations. Yeah. We're definitely going to see it go up on testing. So I don't know.
Absolutely. When you start testing, your numbers are going to go up.
Yes. Yes. Right. Which totally makes sense. But we shouldn't pay attention to that number. The press shouldn't even be reporting that number. They should be reporting the number of hospitalizations. Because how many people are running around asymptomatic? Because I just posted today the story about how many hospital workers are having to work while they are positive for the test still at the hospital because they need the staff. But a lot of them aren't sick.
Right. Well, and I think, the other number we can't know, if so many people are running around asymptomatic, we also don't know how many people are recovering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally true. The people who had the flu or whatever this winter, like over Christmas or in January, and they're like, oh, I'm so sick. And, they got past it. Well, it was a few of them. It sounded just like the corona and Lyme disease virus. And so I don't know that. I feel like the numbers are too malleable and they're just going to be used for scare tactics and whatnot.
Totally agree. So, all right. Well, we're almost, can you guys believe we're at the end of the show? It's just insane.
It went too fast.
I know, it always goes way too fast. Okay, Dawn, tell everybody where they can find you and about your show.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, because I really, I did not disclose before we started that I am someone that won't even watch a pandemic movie or, I've never seen Contagion or Outbreak or whatever. So I think it's very kind of you to let me have an opinion. You can find me on Twitter at Aurora_G96, and then on KLRNRadio on Thursday nights at 9:30. I'm on a rotating host show called Another Bleeping Podcast, because that's just what you needed, was another bleeping podcast. And tomorrow night I'm on with Sarah, and we have the amazing Kira Davis, who we got to meet at CPAC, and I'm so excited to talk to her again.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so Auntie Vodka, tell them how they can find you and about your show.
To be honest with you, I really try hard to not have people find me, but okay. So I don't know. You can find me on Twitter, Real Auntie Vodka. And I don't know, I just started doing this little podcast called Chick Chat with some super cool chicks. Friday night at 8 p.m. Also here on KLRN Radio. I'm a total noob, so I don't know. There it is. That's where you can find me.
And it's a fun show, right? Yours is like less
it's off the chain
and more fun.
Depends what time I started drinking that day. It's bananas. You don't know. So, could go anywhere.
Right. So lots of entertainment. We hope you guys stick around, because Rick's on after us and he's with Orty. And of course, that they will have far more factual things to talk about, like real news. They probably actually read the bill.
Boring.
I know, right? I was just gonna say it. I'm like, I don't want to be rude. I want to thank both of you
just
for
kidding,
having
guys.
me on your show tonight. I was super stoked. Someone DM me like, want to do the show tonight? I'm like, wait, oh my God, what? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
thank you. Super
you're
psyched.
You bet. So it was a great show.
Super
So
fun.
you guys all stay well. I will keep you updated at APL Mom on Twitter if I died of the coronavirus or not. So far Theraflu and wine works. So just to know.
Excellent.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Good night, guys.